Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2020 edition with our Israeli playthrough here. In the last episode, the war between Pakistan and Iran continued. The UN 100% unanimously voted for intervention against Pakistan, and now countries like Turkey, China, Vietnam, I'm sure someone else I'm forgetting, are now fighting alongside Iran. I could probably check. Iraq too. All defending Iran. Wow, that's funny. Iraq's defending Iran? Huh, that's interesting. There's all sorts of fighting happening up here on the front. This war has passed hundreds of thousands of deaths. It's awful. Although, so far it's still being fought along this border. Pakistan seems to be being pushed back a little bit, and casualties on both sides are progressing at unsustainable rates. Egypt over here also had a slight conflict. That we have denounced them for having so many troops on our border because they moved the troops because some Iranian troops tried to go through the Suez and it caused a problem. Russia and Sweden are still fighting each other. That's going on too. I noticed a mistake in the last episode that I want to correct now. So I was looking at this, right? And I said, oh, our GDP per capita, our GDP as percentage of the world's share is going down. And I assume that because of this right here. Well, this isn't the case. This is a bug because this is merging together like, oh, what if you and Palestine had been merged together at the start of the game? That's what it's saying. You have to click on this, and here's the accurate number, I guess. I mean, I'm going to assume this is the accurate number. I don't know. One way or another, we're above it. So we've definitely gained a percentage of the world's share since the start. It looks like we were under it at some point, but I think what happened was we gained a bunch specifically when we incorporated Palestine's GDP into our own. A lot of guesswork here. The trade balance, I don't even know. A lot of the information in this game is bugged. That's one thing to keep in mind. A lot of the information is bugged. Luckily, or hopefully, that's all that's bugged, because I'd rather just some information be bugged than have game-breaking bugs like we encountered in the 2019 edition. Because if we don't encounter those game-breaking bugs, well, this series can just keep going on and on and on. I'm going to go ahead and try and pay the exorbitant apparent price of getting the steel industry started. It should only be a temporary thing, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm also going to go and... Alright, actually, I'm already doing this. I'm going to go to the rare earth oxides and get that to state involvement. Again, we are just kind of trying to get anything that we're not probably going to be able to start. There's no way to figure it out unless you try it, to state involvement. That way, when we take over a country, if we do, which has that industry, we will automatically have state involvement and not have to worry about buying shares. Lebanese Minister for Industry disappeared. Oh, that's one of our agents that was close to being found out, so he just kind of vanished. We took a pretty big hit due to a demonstration, once again, by the League of Pioneering Democrats. They seem to have quite a lot of power if they can just do this to us. But apparently they can, which is unfortunate. I find it kind of interesting that we didn't get any of Palestine's parties, you know? We still only have ours. I love how the extreme right and extreme left both love me. The closer you get to the center, the more people start hating me. Which doesn't make sense. If both extremes like me, then the center should love me. That's my thought. The leader of Guatemala wants to meet with me. Okay? That's interesting. I know we've infiltrated the Russian mafia. When was that? About half a month ago. Alright, let's try and dismantle this now. Law of personality. What? A second demonstration eating away at our popularity. This one is popular. It's a popular demonstration, which means it's not affiliated with anybody, but this is specifically targeted at the freedom of political parties. So this is a big hit. Yo, I'm already basically your dictator. I am your dictator. You think you would maybe be a little more accepting when I got rid of your useless political parties that have no power. Side note, in the 2020 edition, they added the ability to actually make yourself a king. So I noticed as soon as we became a dictator, we got the ability to crown ourselves. Now, as much as I want to try that, I don't see that I'm trying to become a kingdom here. So I might save that for another playthrough. You know, maybe like playing the UK, restoring the monarchy and reforming the empire. or something like that. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a monarchy kind of situation here. But my face is now, my leader's face is now in every school book or something. And our climate objectives are off the rails. Is that ours, or is that just the world in general? I think that's the world in general. My climate stuff shouldn't be too bad. I know I just took over Palestine, which probably wasn't as good as me. Yeah, wasn't as good. And it's still going up. Wow, it's going up more now that we've taken over Palestine. I will do things to fix it. I will fix it as time goes on. I'm building so many solar plants as it is. Looks like another one is finished. Our production cap for electricity has gone up. How many are we still making? A lot. Let's go ahead and make another one. Make this even better. Never mind the popularity hits I'm currently taking from demonstrations. Yada yada. Who cares about that? I need more land. I need more land to fill with solar plants. Let me tell you that. Right here. Yes. Oh, I moved my mouse a little too far. All right. So we got that solar being placed down. When we took over Palestine, we also got some more biomass, which I don't like biomass because I don't want my wood industry to grow necessarily. It can grow, but don't grow because we're using it for energy. I don't like that. Now, if I took all this away, we would still have more than enough electricity, and we have so many solar plants building. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle all of this biomass stuff, get it gone. It will lower the wood industry, which theoretically will lower our emissions. Small amount, not as much as directly getting rid of fossil energy, but I like to focus getting rid of biomass first. Speaking of, we need to fix some popularity. We have one more star we can use on organic farming. Let's go ahead and do it. Costs aside, budget aside, let's just get the, I'm sure, generous popularity boost. Yeah, we're bound to get from it. Even with a public finances hit, we got 5.8% from doing that. Of course, I expected no less. So I've gone ahead and changed some more of my networks over to cyber attack preparation, just in case, you never know. Namely Syria and Jordan. So now I have both of these, and Lebanon, and Egypt, kind of prepping for a cyber attack. Everyone that I border, essentially. I already have political presence there. I've tried going through the UN. They don't seem to care no matter what atrocities they...
I can, with your agreement.
No matter what atrocities they commit, the UN just isn't siding with me. The steel sector's up and running again. Good. Let's go to the steel sector. Where is it? Here we go. And let's get... Oh, no, don't exonerate. Let's get this bill out from under our wallet so we don't have to deal with it. We are denationalizing steel. We have successfully gotten some shares in the non-existent silver industry. I'm sure we're still going with rare earth oxides. I'm going to wait till another thing passes, so I'm not doing this too quickly because I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm sure a lot of the things the political parties hate about me is the fact that I keep messing around with that. Soon it will all be done. And when it is done, I will probably go ahead to, where the hell is it? Other organizations and reapply for OSED and reapply for the World Trade Organization, because at that point, it should be good. Maybe I should get through the rest of my dictatorial bills, but I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What? Am I reading this right? Afghanistan mobilizes its troops and deploys them to the region invaded by Iranian armed forces. What? But they're... What? I don't... There's Iranians in Afghanistan? I don't see anything taken over. I don't see any fighting. I don't know what this is about. And now there's a big-ass terrorist... Wow, that's a deadly terrorist attack in Pakistan. Which I won't say they deserve it, but they started this war. Not that I mind. I'm going to become a warmongering dictator anyway. Speaking of warmongering, oh god, that is a lot of money. I don't... Oh, no. No. What's cheaper? Human social sciences. Alright, let's put that money into research. Let's get some money into education. Tourism, foreign languages. Expensive. Alright, let's go tourism, foreign languages, just because of the price. Into education, get some boost there. Sports, I only have to build things. Let's go into culture. I have to build in culture eventually at this rate. Let's get some miscellaneous. Video games and photography now maxed out. Here's our meeting with the leader of Guatemala. Guatemala, you'd like to sell me gold. I'm already buying some. Let's see, what can you provide me in terms of a price? So let's go 1936. I'll start you right there. For 1 ton, just 1 ton of gold. That doesn't sound like a lot, but sure. Okay, whoa, you're willing to negotiate. Let's try, I'll give you 20.25. No? 21.2. 22.1. Alright, we got 22.1 million per ton of gold, I guess.
Sure.
I'll offer you a coffee. How do you feel about me? Not very much. You don't like me very much? Yeah. Probably didn't give me as good of a deal as I could get because of your lack of liking me. Growth seems to be going down to a more reasonable level. Inflation still around the same point. Nothing to worry about quite yet. Well, apparently, guys, we have actually gotten rid of the Russian mafia. Is this real? It's real. We got rid of the Russian mafia. Finally. All that remains is the Palestinian Liberation Front. Until I take over another country. Oh, God. What the fuck? Until I take over another country, which might give me another one. This is our only guy. He telephoned his brother. Telephoned? You mean called? To talk about suicide, made inquiries on where to get a van. This is starting to seem like damning evidence, and he likes me less. This may be wrong. This may not be correct, but I feel like we have sufficient evidence to proceed with an arrest. I hope it was right. Damn it.
Found absolutely nothing against him.
So what if we don't find anything against him? I'm leading a dictatorship. If I say he goes in jail, he goes in jail. Is that so difficult? Jesus. Alright, so. We have successfully denationalized or nationalized something. Yeah, rare earth oxides. Let's go and get nickel. Let's get nickel going through now. Uh-oh, the United States had a tsunami in Alaska. I feel like that would be hard-pressed to hurt anybody. There's almost no one living in Alaska. So we can't see very much happening in this war anymore, but Iran has retaken this port. This port, I don't know who it belonged to. It's on the border initially, but it has been destroyed. This Pakistani land military base has been destroyed. I hear some kind of fighting somewhere around here. Up here, there seems to be some back and forth between the Iranians and Pakistanis. It looks like the Pakistanis are winning up here, but the original borders are definitely restored, and it's more fighting on the Pakistani front, basically, of the border. And now, whoa, this base has been injured. This Iranian base on the Afghani border has been injured, but I haven't seen anything, I don't think, about the Afghanis and the Iranians fighting. Other than that one news article, I guess, which had some information. Let's see. Afghanistan. Pakistan and Afghanistan. No. Afghanistan and Iran. The conflict just doesn't exist. So the rule on political parties has gone through. The World Union for Human Rights requires the restoration of political freedom in Israel. Your anti-political legislation does not guarantee true freedom of action for Israeli parties, Mr. President. The liberty... I'm not a president, I'm a dictator. Get it right. The liberty to constitute political parties is a fundamental basis of any democratic country. That is completely incorrect. What? No. Political parties do not have anything to do with a democratic country. In fact, a pure democracy would have no political parties. The whole point of a democracy is to give equal weight to the votes of the people. The people do not have equal weight to their votes when their votes are directed and led by organizations which are keeping what they desire out of their control. This is bullshit. I don't know if there's actually a group in real life that thinks like this, that they're representing in the game, or if these French devs know less about geopolitics than I've learned so far this series. But political parties have nothing to do with democracy. When the American democracy started, our president wasn't in a party. In fact, he very much urged not to have a system of political parties because of the very reason of that they would lead the country astray, that they would serve their own self-interest, and that they would not represent a democracy well. So this is bullshit. World Union for Human Rights can suck my dick because you're wrong. That's not how it works. Political parties have nothing to do with freedom. That being said, if we take a look, a lot of the parties that liked us still liked us. That which didn't like us still is about the same. And, you know, they really didn't change how they view me very much. They really didn't change it. But they are now tolerated. A tolerated multi-party system under state control. Usually in 2019 it would like redo all the parties. I'm surprised it hasn't. The League of Pioneering Democrats still picking a fight. Although that had less of a hit. I'm curious to see how it will go now. I would like to stay away from a one political party system. I'll keep an eye on it. If I need to, I will ban their party. I'm afraid to ban their party because their party is like the strongest. But it would actually be easier to just get rid of their party and deal with the terrorist fallout than it would be to get rid of all parties and deal with the terrorist fallout. There may just be more popularity dips depending on how I do it, what order I do it. So Iran has taken this naval port here. So they are pushing into Pakistan now. I saw some fighting over here. Pakistan has some tanks over here. I'm not seeing their corpses, so they should be doing pretty well, theoretically. We got an alert that something else finished nationalizing or denationalizing. Yeah. So let's go and do iron next. Iron will be next. And what is this? Restrains the freedom of political expression. No, I don't know what you're talking about. You are wrong. And I hate all of you for standing against me. Why would one of my allies stand against me for this? You're supposed to be my friend. We got some more confidential information that we'll never be able to use because the UN doesn't care what war crimes anybody commits in this playthrough. They just don't agree to approve anything we ask them to do. Our agent was murdered trying to infiltrate the Palestinian Liberation Front. This is bigger than the Russian mafia ever was in our country. This has so many sympathizers. It's almost 1 million. Like, this is an insane amount of our population. This is 5 or 6% of our population. I think 6% approximately. That's a lot of people. 6% of our population sympathizes with this organization. Only 1,000 followers, but I think sympathizers still kind of counts as members. At least as this game understands it. Let me boost up my agent training again to the max star since it did get put down. Let's see what else we can do to make people like me and make the country a little better. Water transport, sure. I mean, not that we have water transport, really, but let's go ahead and do that. What else? So we go into work. I've already done most things here, but we can do like this. Combat employment discrimination. Sure, let's try that. I don't know if that would actually be liked. Now there's a conflict between Iran and Iraq, but you guys are in the same war helping each other. Just a minuscule thing. Just a helicopter shot down. Could just be a friendly fire incident. Could explode into something more. That would be really interesting. If Iraq ended up at war with Iran while Pakistan was at war, like that could implode on Iran so quickly. Pakistan is pushing back now. They have, destroyed an entire airbase. And they are looking like they're going to take Zahedan. Zahedan? I don't know. They have also recaptured this naval port and this one. Oh wow, counteroffensive real fucking quick here. That's really interesting. And this is why I didn't want to necessarily do this. Just by turning it to a tolerated multi-party system, somehow Parliament was once again given the right to vote. So something I just voted on, some nationalization has just failed to go through because Parliament has the right to vote again. That is annoying, which means to fix that, we're going to have to deal with some popularity hits because the game decides that for whatever reason, because you change the political system, it needs to grant the parliament power again? That's got to be a bug, right? Like that can't be what it's intended to be. That has to be just like an oversight. Something that they overlooked. That doesn't make sense. Why would taking control of the political parties suddenly give them power? That makes no sense, but I guess I have to fix this. So I've gone ahead and canceled aid to some more countries. I found, by looking here, some of the other ones that we were sending aid to. Very teeny tiny amounts, but I thought I'd finally do it since I actually saw a sign of who we are actually sending the money to, because it's very not easy to find it. Let me take a look at this. Oh shit, that's expensive. Yeah, no, I'm gonna pass on that.
Funeral?
There's a funeral. We're already attending it. I kind of wish it wouldn't give you the notification if you've already... Oh my god. What? Is the funeral for my cabinet member? My Homeland Security guy died. Huh. Alright, I gotta appoint a new one before it auto does it, because I said yes the last time someone got dead or went to jail. And that was a mistake because I didn't realize where it would pull the person from. Wow, my party does not like me very much. Formerly cultural attaché. Interesting. Well, you like me. You're a little popular. Let me make you the new Minister of Homeland Security. Wow, you like me a little less for putting you there. It's kind of funny. I wonder really how my cabinet likes me. They all seem to like me. At least for the most part. We've just finished another nationalization thingamajig, and we are going to go for another one. This time it's diamonds. Don't you love this process? Don't you love it? I mean, this is something that I would expect to cause some kind of riots. I mean, this stuff just doesn't happen in real life, at least not in a lot of countries. Ooh, look at all these people I've arrested. Only 10 years? Why not death? I can pardon them, but I can't kill you? I am the legislative part of our government, though. Look at that, completely under state control. Why can't I kill you? How's our economy doing? Our growth has actually gone down to 4.83. I will consider that a good thing, because that should keep our inflation down. Our inflation's staying pretty steady. It's hovering around where it is right now. I'm pretty happy with it. What's our exchange rate doing? So we're getting more and more valuable as compared to the dollar. That's really good. And even as compared to the euro. Wow, that's really nice. The dollar is not rising nearly as much as the euro. Dollar, yen. Dollar's doing better than yen? Yes, dollar's doing better than yen. Euro's just doing better than anything. So the poor euro countries are stuck as permanent importers at this point. Looks like we have finished recruiting the commandos that I wanted. Let's get that number up a little bit more. Let's recruit another 250. I want to get it to 1,000. I could probably do something with 1,000. Not any kind of sniping necessarily. That's still probably not enough unless the place is completely uninhabited. Like, I could take over Monaco with 1,000. I could not fight any of these countries or anything with 1,000. But I could definitely snipe a smaller country or send them to a strategic target. That is for sure. We got a couple more popularity points to get up, and I've already done a whole bunch of meetings lately, so let's put some money into culture. Our budget excess here, as you can see, is actually notably going down for once. We can actually see the excess having gone down. With how much I've been spending and how much I've been reducing taxes, I'm surprised that this is all we've seen. Regardless, we're still in the green. Our public debt is still going down. Everything is fine. Let's take a look at sports again. We can build some more. I wanted to get this up to like 10. Yeah, but I don't want to do that all in one go. Let's just do another 2 of these multi-sports complexes for the time being. Let's go into education, where we can definitely spend some money. Medical training, general education, no. What about technical training? It's not that bad. Let's get technical training matched with general education. Doesn't cost a whole lot of money. It would certainly help. Research, yes. Well, all of this is kind of pricey, but fuck it. This is real pricey, but let's get military max starred, because the better military tech we have, the better times we will have in the future when trying to deal with any of the countries we plan to invade. At least assuming we have enough money to start buying all this military equipment. Speaking of research, the manufacturing of a heavy cargo plane. All right, let's see what this does. Discovery. Heavy cargo plane is 2023. The Jumbo Jet. Aeronautical construction. Okay. Let's patent that. Wait, let me do it here. Fuck, damn it, son of a... Alright, let's go back here. I'm so used to hitting refuse when I see it because of the spies or whatever. I've patented the Jumbo Jet.
On network.
We're ready to cyber attack Egypt whenever we want. I did that as a defensive measure because they were acting kind of weird, putting up little defenses and units near me, so I just wanted to be ready just in case. Can you imagine owning the Suez Canal? In real life, that is an amazing thing. You know how much money you could make owning the Suez, but in-game, I don't think it would earn you any money at all. What earned us this? Hello? Okay, nothing earned us that. I guess it was me building those things. Or maybe it was that event that just happened. It might have been the event. Well, we have enough popularity to do something. Alright, so I've done some polling, looking around. I'm going to go for the statue in squares and public gardens. To finish my personality cult will undoubtedly take a pretty notable hit here at some day change or something here soon. I was looking at potentially an invasion of Lebanon. We are still working at a cyber attack of Lebanon. Let's take a peek. Yeah, we're about halfway there. I do really want to take them down. Almost all the troops they have, infantry-wise, are actually located in their capital. They have 57,000+ units in their capital. Their total army is only 60,000. That's almost their entire army. With a cyber attack paralyzing that, we should be able to march very easily right across the border and put an end to them. They have 4 naval ports and a lot of air bases. It's kind of excessive, so we would probably tear a lot of this down once we got it. We're getting some information on Eritrea. Honestly, we should already have enough information on Eritrea to get permission against them. It's just every time I try, it doesn't work. I haven't tried in a while. But let's just change Eritrea to cyber attack. There's no point getting any more information. We already have more than enough to condemn them. So I'll put Eritrea on cyber attack so I could stop hearing about this, essentially. And get out of there. What else has happened? Nationalization has gone through. Let's continue that trend. What else are we missing? Gold? Iron? I think we're already doing iron, right? We're already doing iron? No, we're not. Oh, okay. Well, let's do that. After gold, that will pretty much be it. Oh, look, Eritrea's having a fucking plague. No, cholera. It's having cholera. That popularity hit really wasn't that bad. Like, we only lost, what, 4.7%? I was expecting a lot worse. But hey, maybe that's a good sign that our citizens are just getting more and more accustomed, adjusted to the dictatorship. I was going to try to remove their freedom to criticize the government, but that had such a negative frowny face, I didn't even want to try it. I will come over here into environment though and put one more star into forest fires, because it does seem we've lost a star since we have taken over Palestine. Same thing goes here, but I don't want to get a budget like hit. Not that I don't want to lose money, I just don't want to get popularity hits for spending so much money, which unfortunately happens. Our environment spending required is retardedly fucking high for just stopping natural disasters. Not that we've had one yet, but I damn well want to be prepared for when we do. Oh, look, our growth has gone back up to 5.2. That's interesting. I haven't done very much to trigger that. You know, Mexico's been having so many natural disasters, it has been absolutely retarded. Nationalization has gone through, and we now have only one remaining industry in the industry tab, which needs to be somewhat nationalized, and that is gold. So we're going to get that going. I believe we've already fully taken care of farming. We have. Well, we've taken care of everything that is out of business. It's something completely different to if I want to, say, get this in all the running industries. That is different. I'm not as interested in that. I did that as Brazil to really min-max my economy and my profits. As it stands, things are going fine. I don't need to do that. Services. All right, we will need to get the anti-sleep molecule one from services. This is a bit of a unique one. This is something from a research. I don't even know if we can make it. It wasn't there last I checked.
We have strong suspicions that...
And apparently there's a terrorist attack coming. There's not much I can do to stop that. Well, I mean, there can be. I just recently got a agent in there. But theoretically, if the agent's in there, the agent can tip me off about the attack. That's my theory, anyway. I think I will go ahead, though, and I will apply to get back into OSED. Where is it? OSED. I'll apply to get back into OSED. Not the World Trade Organization just yet. Because I'm no longer going to be spamming a lot of this industry and dictatory things, because I've gotten through the worst of it by now. So I'm curious if they'll let me back in. It would be good for my economy, I guess. But with that, we have a nice full episode here, so thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.